Hi, guys. So, I tried recording this 2 other times with snotty cries. You could probably see it in my face. But this is an important story that has to get out, so I'm not giving up. I'm going to try one last time. The 3-year cycles I keep talking about, okay? We need to be able to go backwards to connect the dots in our lives, to see why we are where we are right now, to get the answers we need in our lives. And this is all about wisdom to help you grow in your life. And that's why I have to share this story. And I hate being vulnerable. And I hate telling stories about myself I'm not proud of either. But I have to. Because I have to help people. That's what I'm here for now. So, I'm going to start here. 3 years ago, I was not a happy girl. I weighed double what I weigh now. I was in a very unhealthy, toxic relationship. I was on my 13th year in that relationship. Lucky number 13. Which it actually is a lucky number, but I didn't see it that way then. Miserable is the only way to put it. Living, but not alive. I looked in the mirror. I didn't recognize myself anymore. I was doing it to myself on purpose. I didn't want to look good. I didn't want to feel good. I didn't want somebody to want to touch me. I didn't want to go out and have men bother me. I didn't want love other than for my child. I didn't want it. Because love only hurt. Every kind of love. Except the kind with my daughter. Let's start at Walmart. Lucky old Wally World. I do not like Walmarts. No offense. I know people love them. I don't like them. I'll sit at a fucking Target any day. Don't like Walmarts. No shame in my game. I'll still go. But I still have trauma when I go to one. So I walk in Walmart. One day I had to go. We lived in like the mountains areas in the Poconos. So it's not like there were so many stores right there. Like right there. And I'm not going to travel far. I had to grab some stuff for the house. It's when I look back on this part of my life, it's like I'm watching a movie because I'm not that person anymore. It's crazy. But that's how it should feel. So 3 years ago, I'm in the Walmart. Right when I walk in, there's a man with a hoodie on. He says something weird to me and it just sets me off. I don't know what it was. I felt it in the pit of my stomach. I've never gotten a gut feeling like that ever. I had like a little bit of an intuition my whole life, but nothing like this. I'm like, some shit's not right. Some shit's not right. Keep in mind, I'm from New York. I'm the bitch that'll put keys between my knuckles every time I walk to my car. I didn't grow up easy like that. I had to be ready always. You stay ready. You never have to get ready. This was different. I'm speeding down each aisle. There he is at the end of the aisle. He don't have a cart. He has nothing. Why is he in every aisle I'm in, like picking up a can or looking at something? Then I go fast. There he is again. I'm like, no, some shit's not right. I even ran to like the baby aisle across the whole other side of the store. There he was again. I'm talking about running. Now I'm like, Called my ex on the phone, my current boyfriend at that time of 13 years that we lived together. And I raised his kids from age 2 and 5, who at that time were 15 and 17, about to be 18. And I'm like, I need you to come here. I need you to come save me. If you don't come, I'm telling you, I'm going to get taken. Something's not right. My daughter wasn't there. My daughter was with her dad in New York, spending the weekend with him. And he told me, no. You're going to be fine. No, I'm not coming there. I mean, I don't know why I even called and asked when I already knew. But I did. So I called my daughter's father after, and I'm like, to give you a little bit of background between me and my daughter's father, we were high school sweethearts. I was 15 years old. I got married at 20. Had my daughter at 23. It's a different type of respect and relationship when you grow up together as kids. It's more of like a family bond type thing. And when I say something, he respects me, he believes me. We just have that respect where we don't cross those lines with each other. We never disrespect each other. And I told him what was going on, and he was worried. He knows when I get a gut feeling, and it's very rare in my life at that time that I got gut feelings, but when I do, something's off and it's not right. But he was too far. He was 2 hours away. He said, please call me when you get in the car. Call me when you get home. I just wanted to tell him if anything happened to me to just take care of my kid. I just had that feeling. I'm in the fucking Walmart line. After my anxiety's gone, but I know this guy's still following me. And I'm like, let me just be calm. Maybe it's just all in my head. No. He makes a comment to me again. I see him look to the right. There's a guy at the door with another hoodie on, and he goes like this, nodding to him. Then another guy turns around and looks the other way, like towards the other end of the door, and goes like this to somebody else that must be there. And I was like, oh, What am I supposed to do? Fight 3 grown men? I mean, bar fights, yeah. I've swung quite a few times, but not this. I was at Walmart for some house stuff. No. I never go to the cops. I'm just not that type of bitch. But there was an officer at the end of where people check out. And I asked that guy, and I said, please, I'm a mom. I'm scared. These men they're not shopping. They followed me around the whole time I was here, every single aisle. I'm not making this up. You could watch the tapes. Something's not right. Can you please just walk me to my car? Even if you think I sound crazy, can you just walk me to my car? The officer walked me to my car. And those 3 men watched me the whole time. And then I saw them go back in that store, and I told that officer, please make sure nothing happens to anybody else here today, because I'm telling you, something doesn't feel right. I get in my car. I'm like, I could breathe again. Okay, I could breathe again. I get off the exit to my house. All of a sudden, everything's spinning. I'm like, I'm having a fucking stroke. I'm talking about spiral. I'm seeing spirals. I don't know how I pulled on the side of the road. I hit a cone. Pulled on the side of the road, called 911. Trying to explain where I am, what my car looks like. I'm like, I'm about to faint. I'm about to faint. Like, just please, if you could find my location. Trying to not faint. That lasted for 2.5 minutes. Finally, it's like when you're a little kid and you're out of like spinning around really fast, just that feeling is left. And I'm like, okay, then maybe it's not something so serious. I just canceled. I'm that type of person. I'm like, don't come. The urgent care is literally 3 minutes from here. I'm going to drive myself there, even though I can't see very good. I could see enough that I could drive myself there. The doctor there is like, you just have vertigo, but you should go to the hospital, like, later if you get it back again worse. And I'm like, okay, that'll make sense, because my dad and my grandpa, they both have vertigo, but usually that's not like something young people get. And I was like 37 at the time, 36. I thought, okay, my dad had this before, but it'll go away after a certain amount of time. And I'll be able to drive again and all that. A couple of weeks goes by. I couldn't go to the grocery store. I would go to the grocery store, walk down one aisle, and have to get my car and turn around. I would be panicked. The aisle was off. The way my vision, I couldn't see anything correctly. I can't even explain it. It was the worst feeling. I was like, I felt debilitated, like I couldn't do anything. And now I'm in a relationship with somebody who, God forbid, I asked him to go to the store for me. It was the end of the world. Can't ask him for shit. So what was I going to do? Who was I going to get help from? I'm in the house with my daughter. Now I'm getting the feeling back times 20. I'm getting electrical zaps in my brain that are shooting to my heart. And I'm spinning. And my chest is racing. And I'm at that moment of, holy shit. My daughter's in her room playing right now. If I have to call my kid in here and have her call an ambulance, she's never going to forget that. And I don't want to do that to her. But if I don't, I might not make it. Something's really wrong. After staying like that for 5 minutes and trying to see if it would go away, it just got worse and worse. So I called her in the room and I'm like, I need you to call the ambulance, baby, but mommy's going to be okay. Just stay calm. I'm getting that thing again. I could feel my heart pounding out of my chest, pounding. And every time I would get like a zap in my head, shoot straight to my chest. I would feel a zap in my chest. Now I'm laying there pouring bottles of water on my head. The ambulance said they would take probably about 15 minutes. We didn't live in like a city area in the Poconos. My daughter's watching me and I'm like, don't worry. Like, I'm going to be okay. Mommy has this. I'm just a little nervous right now, but I have this. Don't worry. I'm going to be okay. And I'm looking at her face. And I said, let's just pray. I wasn't a prayer person. Let's just pray. And I swear to God, in that moment I prayed. And I said, God, I know I've said this before. But you get me out of this damn moment. You let me live for my kid. And I promise you, I will never do anything. I will change my life. I will never do anything in my life that will cause my kid's face to look the way it does right now. Because she was so scared. And anybody who's a parent gets it. I wish she wasn't there that day. I felt so bad. She had to come in the ambulance with me. I get there. They were on CAT scans, spinal taps, heart tests. They can't figure it the fuck out. The only thing that they found was I had a little excess fluid in my brain. That went away. They couldn't see what I was talking about that I was feeling. But they could see that when I would get that feeling on the monitors, like everything would go off, my blood pressure, my heart rate. But the feeling that I was getting, I couldn't explain it any way other than like if you felt like you got electrocuted, like sticking your finger in an electric socket through your freaking brain and down through your whole body. That's what it felt like. And it was all connected to whatever happened to me in the car. I never had any of these things. Anyways, I was sent home with medicine, with referrals to neurologists and ENT doctors to check my ears for vertigo and all these things. And they never found anything other than like little vertigo type things. My mom had to stay with me for a week. I couldn't sleep. I would sleep for 1 minute and get like that electric. And she would watch me like you were getting electrocuted in your sleep and you'd wake up every 5 minutes, Dawn. And I'm like, I know, but nobody knows what it is. I knew my mom couldn't stay with me forever. And I had a kid I had to take care of. Well, at that time, I let her go to her dad's house in New York because I didn't want her seeing me like this. For the week. It was Thanksgiving. I always hated Thanksgiving. I don't know why. I just hated Thanksgiving. I was not a Thanksgiving person. It's like every Thanksgiving sucked for me. I don't know. I just never enjoyed it. Never had a good Thanksgiving. Still to this day, actually. But that was my cycle, November 3 years ago. I made that promise to God or whoever that I changed my life, and I did. I got a Peloton. I said, well, if I can't be driving far anymore, and driving for me was everything. I'm a speed racer. I'd listen to my music. I would drive across the country. I've drove back and forth across the country so many times. Makes me feel free to drive and blast my music. It's where I feel my freest. I felt like I was handicapped. Like everything was taken from me. And I was pissed. And I was like, but I'll just make the best of it. I'm changing my life. I'm going to lose this weight. I'm going to get out of this fucking relationship. And I'm going to be happy. So I got that Peloton. And man, that thing would kill my ass. That first 2 to 3 weeks, no joke, I could only go on 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time. I would cry while I was on it, but I would force myself through it. I didn't realize how far I had let myself go. I knew I was doing it. But when you look in the mirror, you still can't see yourself the way if I looked at a picture right now, I don't recognize that person. I don't, because I'm not the same inside. I'm a whole nother person. My relationship was miserable, and I won't put the blame on him. It was on me too. But, you seek out what you need. And at that time, I guess I needed the mental abuse. I felt like I didn't deserve better. I didn't want to get out of bed. I never went to a therapist. I knew I was going through depression. I would just lay in bed and not want to get out for days. Whenever people were around, I can act like I was fine so nobody would worry about me. But inside, I knew it wasn't okay. I knew this wasn't my life. I just kept living it anyway because I felt like I was stuck and trapped in it. It's like 13 years with somebody. Like, I raised their kids. Like, I'm just trapped in this life that I don't want anymore. I'm never going to get out. There's no way out. There's just no way out for me. I just didn't see it, even though it was there and it was so easy. I couldn't see it. Couldn't see that there was a way out. I couldn't see that. Why, after this person called me every name and beat me down so bad, it made me even believe it about myself. Would anybody else in the world ever want me? Like, when I view myself like that, and I hated being alone, and I don't mean alone not in a relationship. I mean alone in a quiet house. I just didn't like it. The silence was deafening. That's how it was. You know what? I was a real estate agent. It was COVID time. I couldn't even go and see the damn place. I made an offer on a townhouse. I got it. I only had lost like 30 pounds at that time. But I went downstairs and I told him, I said, you always want me out. You tell me every day you want me gone. Treat me like shit. I just made your wish come true. I'll be out in 30 days. I don't know if he believed me or not. He tried to make me feel guilty for that too. We didn't even say goodbye. He didn't help me carry one box down the stairs. When I left, I got the phone call the next day that I knew I'd get. Crying. I feel like I lost the biggest piece of me. This feels like when my dad died. It made me feel guilty. So I stayed talking to him. But I told him I will not be in a committed relationship with you. My options are open for life. Whenever I'm ready to move on. And we became friends, and we still hung out sometimes and had fun, but he was just never going to change. Like, I had changed at that point. I kept my promise. So slowly I had to pull away. Again. Because in that time alone in my own house is where I really truly started finding myself. Dressing better, feeling better on the inside. I was healing myself. I was realizing things about my childhood. Why did I stay with somebody like this? Why did I want to feel the pain? Why didn't I feel like I deserved better? Why do I push away good things in my life to keep bad things there? Why am I so used to toxic that I don't even know what healthy feels like? But it's time to. And I don't care who you are, who it is. I will cut everybody out. Because I'm going to finally put myself first. A lot happened since then. A lot. I never was in another relationship from then because they made it about me. I said, I'm not going to go sleeping around. I'm not going to go do that. I'm not going to find myself in men. I'm going to find myself in me. I had people chase after me. I had people beg. No, because I have to be whole within myself. And then one day, I just came across this person that made me see something in myself, which again was funny because the timing of it just fit in with the cycles. My awakening started the day I got those brain zaps, the day in Walmart. But my next level of it was when I came in contact with this person and I saw myself in them. I saw my childhood traumas. I saw my loneliness. I saw how I pushed people out of my life that I knew were good for me. I saw how I was trapped. And then I also saw all the best things about myself in them. And I said, fuck my life. I don't want to wait around again. All my life I gotta be fighting or waiting on something. When does it ever come easy? Sometimes you meet people in life. It's not sometimes, it's actually almost always. You never meet them at the wrong time. Mark my words. You meet them at just the right time. Because I had to leave my ex at just that right time. The next person that I met had to trigger the last bit of fire in me and ignite that fire to set me off onto like a speed race at the end of this 3-year cycle so I could finish it. Because if you don't finish your cycle in the 3rd year, you have to start again and it's harder. That really is how it works. It's like karma gives you a chance. It gives you a chance. These are secrets of the universe that I did not learn, and I couldn't be told them even during my journey. But I was told them now. I really had until the end of November of this year to complete my 3-year cycle, and I did it. I'm a runner. I run. I avoid. I'll eat myself to death. I'll avoid. I'll stay in my bed. I'll stay in my house in like fucking hermit mode. I'll isolate. Or I'll be drowning in toxicity with somebody else's problems because I want to give and help them. All of those things about myself, they had to be healed. And I healed them from the inside out. I cry when I go back there because I see a broken little girl that just needed somebody to love her so bad. That didn't realize the person she needed to love her was her fucking self. I just didn't know how to. I did not know how. I wasn't taught how. I never saw healthy anything. Love scared me. It still does, kind of. But with that person that I saw myself, like a mirror held up to myself, I know just like me, they're going to find themselves. And I know the power that person has. And I know that person's on their 3-year cycle too. I hope they make it. I really do. As I sit here with my snotty tissues. The universe is a mirror. It is held up to you. The whole universe. For you to see the things in other people that you don't like about yourself, the things you do like about yourself. The negativity you shoot out, it will come back to you. It might not be instantaneous, but it will. Even if it takes a couple years, it will. Will. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And nobody could do anything to stop that. It's what we've done. It's the power we all hold that we put out that will come back. At one point or another, you have to pay the piper. Believe me, I paid mine. I paid mine. I lived miserable for a long time. And then even after I was growing and learning my lessons, I would, because I had already went through certain lessons, want to help people so much that I would like force myself onto them, especially if I, during this process, gained a little bit more knowledge and clarity, could see certain things coming. I would want to tell them, like, and I did at a bunch of points, this person's going to snake you. This is going to happen. This thing's going to happen. Please don't let it happen to you. Because I would have wanted somebody to do that for me. But see, you can't get in the way of what the fucking universe is doing. You also get bad karma for being too much of a good person. How shitty is that? But it's true. Anytime I try to interfere or stop something bad from happening to that person, I got punished. Because I see myself and I always wanted somebody to save me. And they didn't. I had to save me. We all have to save ourselves. Not money-wise. Not anything of the stupid world-wise. Here. We all have that kid inside of us that has to be rescued. That has to be repaired. Because that kid, that imagination, that's what you need to really propel in life. Not the bullshit we're taught. I found that little girl and I healed her. And I finally learned how to put her first ahead of everybody. No matter how much I love somebody, I will put her first ahead of anybody. Until one day the right person comes along that healed their little boy. Where you come together at the right time. Everything is divine timing. But these 3-year cycles are divine timing. The people you meet, the people you come into contact with, they are not for no reason. I'm going to get a very tiny bit into karma and karmic relationships. And I will go on to another lesson a different day. Karmic relationships are usually family members, very close friends, people you are dating. My 13-year relationship was a karmic relationship, and I could have learned the lesson a lot sooner. I just chose to keep staying in it, right? They are there for a reason. It's a test. It's literally a universe test. Are you going to get out? What choice are you going to make? Are you going to make the right choice for yourself? Finally, no, you don't want to listen. Okay, we're giving you a harder one. The tests will come in different forms, but they will come harder and harder and harder till they beat you on the fucking ground so you have no choice. My bottom was looking at my kid in the face and seeing her face like that before I got in that ambulance, and I said, okay, I'll lose half my fucking body weight. I'll leave this motherfucker. I'll find the fucking right one day. But until then, I'm the fucking right one. I will fulfill myself. My whole life changed. It's like I finally did it. And I don't want people to live their lives trapped. Because I know the answers. I'm trying to help. And I hope this helps somebody. And that's why I don't care how crazy I look in these stupid videos sometimes, because there'll always be those few people that will write to me and say it changed my life. And I'll eat shit all day from 1,000 clowns if it means 1 or 2 people get it. You have to believe in yourself. You have to set yourself free. I don't care if it's a family member. Sometimes my family members know I have to tell them I have to get off the phone, and I'll probably have to talk to you in about 2 weeks, because I'm not being brought back to that place anymore. I don't go backwards anymore. My mindset where it is It's staying here, and it's only going to keep growing. And I can't allow myself to be put back at all into the box that I was shoved in, that I was told I was supposed to fit in. I wasn't an ATM machine. I wasn't meant to just give people vacations. I had to lose everything after that, all of it. That's what I got for trying to do the good thing and do something. Buy people, and you can't buy love, you can't buy happiness. Everything is distractions. The universe puts any distractions in front of your face so that you're not looking at what you're supposed to be looking at, which is real intentions. They can be felt, not up here, inside. That little voice, that little feeling you get in the pit of your stomach sometimes when you get like anxiety around a certain person, like something doesn't feel right. Listen to it. No matter what your logical brain tells you, your body speaks to you. If you're around someone and they make you feel like a giddy little 6 or 7-year-old, yeah, guess what? You should be listening to that. That's probably the person you're supposed to be with. It sounds stupid, but it is. If you're with somebody and it's a family member and you get anxious around them and you get like, you're going to be aggravated around them, you can choose to still have them in your life, but you have to know when it's like not to give too much of yourself to that person, when to cut it. Have it on a timer, visit, and then go back to your happy world. You have to have a safe space, a safe person, a happy world where you can't be brought back there anymore. When you're a person that went through a lot that I went through from when I was a kid, you want that validation from people all the time. The thing is, when you're that person, the universe is going to surround you with people. And you're going to constantly ask those people, so what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And you know what? They're not going to tell you the right thing. You know those answers. You feel them. You don't have to think them. You feel them. Always go with not an emotion that you feel. It's literally an intuitive guidance. It's a fucking compass built into our bodies. It is there for a reason. The more you learn to quiet logical voice, the louder that voice gets. The more you can be easily guided on the right direction. Don't listen to me. Don't want to trust me. Do it for a week. Your life will change so much in just 1 week listening to that instead of this. This has been formed and conformed since you were a kid to make you go against what you should be doing. For a reason. Listen to the compass that's in you before any of your friends, anybody in the outside world. I don't care what any of my friends tell me. I go with this. What I know. It will guide you in everything. Business, love, every aspect of your life. It will take you to the right place. The more you quiet this, the louder this will get, like music. Pay attention to those things. They're not lies, they're the truth. Until you break out of the trap you set for yourself and you get out of these cycles, you cannot truly be happy. Now, I know I don't look the happiest in this video because I had to go backwards to show you where I came from and relive those moments. But I am happy. I have never been this happy within myself. I'm 100% fulfilled within myself to the point of whatever relationship I have with somebody next will be the best relationship of my life. I already know that will be the person I'm going to marry. That will be the person I'm going to be with forever because I don't need somebody to complete me. I complete myself. But we need somebody to be a kid with again. That's what you need. I don't want to be a serious 40-year-old fucking... I get to do that all day at work. I get to do that all day with numbers and making money and all this other stuff. You know what? I want to come home and I want to be 5 years old and I want to dance around in my fucking kitchen with my loud ass music on and I want to sing and I want to be crazy. That's what I want to do. That's me. I want to make pancakes to the Grease soundtrack. In a t-shirt and underwear in the kitchen and just flipping the pancake. That's me. And whoever I'm meant to be with is going to be the same way. And I'm a sarcastic bitch. I laugh at myself. That's why the universe shows me things in petty fucking ways. Like, if you're on Twitter, you'll get it. Petty fucking ways. Petty as fuck. Because they know I laugh at myself. I laugh at myself about everything. So, the universe has jokes on me all the time. All the time. And it's funny. I laugh at it too. It is funny. 3-year cycle. November's coming to a close. It will start over. Your test will be harder. Try to realize where your 3-year cycle's been. Try to break out of it. I used to have the chance because, man, if I ever had to relive the last 3 years of my life again, I really don't know if I could do it all over. Hardest job, hardest part of my life. Because I was finally able to break out of everything I was taught from the day I was born. And they can all think I'm crazy. But now I look at them like they're crazy. How did you not see all these answers? How did you not know any of this? And I'll spend my life teaching it to people. I want everybody to break free. Don't feel trapped. Nobody should feel trapped in anything. I don't give a shit if somebody is holding something over your head. I don't give a shit what guilt you feel. Nobody feels guilty for you. They don't give a fuck about you. Leeches only care what they can get from you. They don't care about you. If they cared about you, you would be completely internally in bliss, in happiness. You would have already broken out of your cycle. You know you didn't if you're still surrounded by people like that. You got to cut them. No matter what guilt you feel. You have to put yourself first. And once you surround yourself with the right people, it all makes sense. It will make sense. I don't know. Hopefully this video helps one person because I rambled on and on and on and on. Get the 3-year cycle down. Tesla 369. It's a code. It's a fact. But life is 3-year cycles, okay? Crack the code. Break out. Because it is meant to keep you trapped. And I can tell you right now, you are not meant to be trapped. You are meant to be free. I keep hearing the Queen song, I want to break free. Yeah, that's what happens. I'm a music bitch. I literally hear messages through music all the time. But yeah, break free. Break free and see what happens. You've done the same shit your whole fucking life. How about one time you do some shit different? Be impulsive, be spontaneous, and break the fuck out. But I gotta go now, bitches, because I have to work out. I have a flight that I have to catch tomorrow morning. I have to be at the airport, like, really, in the middle of the night, basically. We'll see what life brings. It's an adventure. Have fun on the adventure. I'm going to. But break free, motherfuckers. You are not meant to be trapped. I love you.